halftime. I'm with Daryl Greene. Daryl, welcome.
Coach, how
what are you doing on my wire show, Daryl? You missed it. All right, so what did you think of the first half, Daryl?
I liked it. I think we came out aggressive. We've been starting slow a little bit in the previous games, but I like that we came out aggressive and we got a good start.
Yeah, we've been in kind of a midwinter, fog, so to speak, where we were doing okay, going through the motions, but not playing with the same energy that we seemed to bring tonight. And maybe it's because we had the two guys, Timberlake and Justin Moore, back in action. They're two pretty good players, and they helped the cause. All right. So let's talk Daryl Greene. All right. So right here in '98. So let's say in '94 you come in. Where'd you go to grade school?
I went to Kettering Middle School.
Okay. And why'd you pick DeMatha?
I heard about it a lot. A couple of my friends were coming, and I came to one practice to talk to Coach Wooten, and he was talking to the guys. He wasn't yelling. He was just sitting there. Then I hear this big voice come across the whole gym, and I realized he was mic'd up, and he was just talking like through the gym. I'd never seen anything like it.
Well, Mike or no Mike, you're right. His style is a lot different than many of the coaches out there. It wasn't in your face. He might use sarcasm once in a while.
All the time.
But where appropriate,
right.
Just another tool in the toolbox. But he would never belittle you. If he needed to talk to you privately, he'd talk to you privately. But he was a real teacher. Just his subject was basketball.
Right.
So you come in, at least for about freshman year, you're on the freshman team, right?
Yes, sir.
Who was your freshman coach?
Oh, man, he's going to get me. I do not remember our coach's name. I think he was the computer teacher, though.
Julius Brzelski.
Yes.
Julius left here, went to Mount St. Joe's. He was up there. Now he's administrator up there. Kind of helping with Salisbury State right now. And then JV year, who'd you have? Tom Burke? Tom Burke.
Good old Tom Burke.
See, Morgan would always say a player will remember all his coaches as they never spoke together. But Tom, one of my old-time friends, again, a teacher. He was an educator. Definitely. He was a good basketball coach. He was a pretty good player. Played at LaSalle, New York. Played at Catholic U. We're just lucky to have on staff. And you think back to some of the coaches we've had, besides Morgan, you got Mike Ray at Notre Dame. You got Pete Strickland, who coached in college for years. Mike Hibbs, very successful high school coach. Tom Burke, and on and on.
And yourself.
Of course. We'll get to that. And then sophomore year, I think at the end of the year, maybe we took you up to Cumberland and brought you up for the playoffs, so that was good. But what else happened sophomore year? Did you notice any freshmen come in your sophomore year?
Yeah, man, it was some pretty good freshmen to come in. Keith Bogans and Joe Forte. I had known Keith for a long time. We played AAU together since we were probably about 8 years old. So I had a good relationship with Keith. So I knew how good he was. I didn't know about Joe, but I heard. But when I saw both of them, I knew they were going to play a lot.
It's not often you get two NBA players in the same freshman class. And I think Keith played on the varsity his freshman year, and then Joe played JV, and then we're all there together. And then your junior year, who else was on the team?
We still had Brian Westbrook at that time, who was a Philadelphia Eagles great, still a great guy.
He is loving life these days.
Definitely. He's on cloud nine right now. So we had guys like that on the team.
And you had John Day Owens.
John Day Owens was on the team as
So
well.
actually on that team, we had four pros. Two NBA guys, two NFL. John lasted probably 6 or 7 years in the NFL, and we know about Brian's story. All right. Then senior year, you were kind of the X factor because we had John Sadowski was the point guard, Bogus and Forte on the wings, and then you would come in for any of them.
Right.
What was that like? It had to be good because we were a great team,
right?
But also tough in that, anywhere else in the country, I'm starting.
Yeah, it was tough at first because I actually started off the season in the starting lineup. And I believe it might have been after Surrattsville, Coach Wooten talked to me and said we were just going to change the lineup a little bit, and he needed me to come off the bench and just give us a spark off the bench when he needed me. So, I trusted Coach. As you know, he's a great guy. He's a great basketball mind. So I figured if it was something he wanted me to do, it was best for the team.
And you probably played about the same amount of minutes in terms of you four guys. We had 3 perimeter spots divided up, whatever the math would be. And as Coach would always say, it's not so much about who starts and who finishes. So you had some great finishes for us. I remember one game, well, a lot of guys hit game winners. You hit 2 game winners, but in the same game. Do you remember that?
In Gonzaga, yes.
We're playing Gonzaga down at CU. You want to tell the story?
You might remember better than me, but we were playing at CU. It was a really close game. They had Al Elliott and a bunch of good guards.
Right.
Al Brown, I believe, was on the team as well. Oh, he might have graduated, but we always had good battles with them, and it came down to us. I might have made 2 free throws.
You hit 2 free throws, 2 seconds to go. All right, we're up 2. They inbound the ball. Now they have to hit a miracle shot. They turn at the far foul line. So he's 70 feet away from the bucket. Forte contests the shot, and he fouls him.
Yep.
So now we're up 2. Al Elliott's got 3 shots. He misses the first. So the worst you do, then he makes the 2 tough ones. We go to overtime. Same situation. 2 seconds ago, now you hit a little baseline jumper in the short corner. They call timeout, set it up. The one thing that was different, do you remember what was different?
Joe had fouled out.
Joe Forte sitting right next to me. Coach was smart. He wasn't going to have that again. And then we fast forward. Pilati had a real good team. They had 5 Division I players,
yes.
all those guys. So we're playing them at AU. We're down. Bogans hits a 3. Near the end of the game, we go to overtime. And then we're either down 1 or 2. We miss a shot. Sadusky runs it down. He throws it into John Day. He throws a diagonal skip pass to you. All right? All she wrote.
All she wrote. That was a great play. Like we talked before, John Sadusky made a great hustle play like he always did. John was a great hustler.
I remember Billy Hahn, the old Maryland coach, came running us out of the locker. He said it was one of the greatest plays he's ever seen. He never should have got the ball.
Never.
It was a guy from Gonzaga had a beat on it. Pilati had a beat on it. Should have been his ball. If he gets it, game's over.
That was John Sadusky, man. Hard-nosed player.
Hard as nails. All right. So you leave here. Where do you go?
I went to Niagara University.
And who's the coach up there?
Coach Joe Mahalik.
Coach Mahalik, one of the good guys. Former DeMatha coach, a couple hundred years ago. Actually taught at St. Mark's. Was a math teacher over there, and was a coach here for a couple of years. Did freshman JV, helped with the varsity. But just one of those guys. He would love to have a DeMatha guy every year.
Yep.
So he lucked out. He gets you up there. How'd the career go?
Oh, it went great, man. He was great. He reminded me of Coach Wooten. He was a little more vocal, but he got the most out of everybody. He was a great coach to play for. He let you play your style of game, and it was great for me there, man. I had a great career there because of him. Ended up going into the Niagara Hall of Fame, which was unexpected and something really awesome. And I would have never had if I came here with the coaching I had here at DeMatha and then at Niagara University.
Well, not only Niagara Hall of Fame, you went in the MAC Hall of Fame for the whole league, which is even narrower, even tougher to get in.
Sir.
So great career. Then you go overseas for a while?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you
for
go
8
there?
years. I played in Finland, Poland, and Holland.
All right, so now you're back. You're helping coach the freshman team, which is great because you've walked in the shoes these guys want to walk in. You have been there.
Exactly.
All right? And what else are you doing during the day?
I have a business now. It's like a sports marketing and branding business I have with a friend of mine, and I also train guys as well.
Okay, that's great. You love being back with the freshman team?
I love being here.
Okay, now, tough question. Favorite class here at DeMatha? And think real hard about this.
It has to be geometry with Coach Murphy.
Daryl, this is great. Thanks for coming by.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have you back.
Thank
all
you
right?
very much.